What is up, my millions of Milliginians? It is, of course, your boy, Matty Milligan, and this is episode number 17 of the Underground Marketing Conspiracy. Ooh. Not sure if I'm just going to do that sound for the month of October until Halloween hits, or if I'll keep it. We'll see. Let me know what you think about that, and we shall see. I feel I'm about to sneeze in a second, but today we are talking about the 5 reasons your business must have a phone number. All right, the sneeze is passing, but we'll leave the Kleenex here just in case. Now, so many people think that phone number is dead. They can just sell without having to talk to people. And in some cases, they're afraid to converse with other people. And they're just scared of being awkward. They're scared of what people are going to think of them. They're afraid of what they're going to judge, that the other people are going to judge them. But having a phone number is super important. And I'm going to dive into the 5 reasons I believe your business still needs a phone number, even in the 2020s and beyond. But so many businesses out there, I see them and they don't even have a phone number. And when I want to talk to someone, I'm like, okay, where's their phone number? And it's like, like some of these businesses, you go and you search them and you find them and you're like, oh, cool. Like I have a question about that. All right, cool. And then you have to go through 5 or 6 pages just to find their email address. And then you email them and then 3 or 4 days pass and you get that back. And it's like, well, I was ready to buy a few days ago, but you took too long. Sorry. Maybe next time. So that's one of the things that really upsets me about a lot of businesses out there, and you're just leaving money on the table in a lot of cases. So let's dive deep into this right now. So reason number 1 is that when you have a phone number and you speak with people on the phone, you build a lot of trust and you build rapport very, very easily with people. People call in or you can call them, and you can use your voice to communicate a lot more effectively than you can via email and even via text. Sure, I know emojis allow you to share certain emojis to a certain extent, but when you have that belly to belly or that phone to phone over the phone where you're hearing someone audibly, that's super important to build trust with people. I don't remember where I heard this, but there were the different levels of communication where belly to belly being the number 1 in terms of, I think this was a sales thing I heard from back in the day, but it was like number 1 is belly to belly. Then number 2 is video. So doing a video call with someone where you can see them and talk with them. Then after that, it's phone. Then after that, it's text and then email. And then I guess all the old school ones, messenger, pigeon, tin can phones, phone lines, smoke signals, all those super old school communication ones. But the fastest way for you to build rapport and trust with someone is to have that communication, because have that phone call. They can hear what you're saying. They can hear the emotion. And more importantly, you can convey certain things. You can share your passion about how passionate you are about something. You can empathize with someone when they're frustrated or they feel uncertain about something. You can just share your ideas a lot faster. And a lot of people are just very uncomfortable speaking over the phone. They're afraid, again, what people are going to say about them and if they're going to judge them. But this is something where I personally have a lot more experience doing this, because I've worked in call centers before for almost 3 years where I would take inbound calls, and sure, I'd still be nervous. I'm still nervous sometimes, but it's something that goes away after a while. The more calls you take, the more confident you are, the more certain you are, the better you become at communicating as well. You notice speaking patterns and you notice mistakes that you make when you're talking with people. And one thing I do, and I've stopped doing this in my own business, whereas I did this in the past when I worked with other people, is that on the phone you have that kind of like customer servicey, like, hey, what's up kind of voice, and it's very fake. But now that I'm on my own, I just speak the way I usually would. I don't use any sort of profanity ever on the phone. And if anyone uses it with me at this point, then we're done. I'm not going to be working with you. Have yourself a wonderful day. I'll refer you to someone else, but I'm probably going to hang up the phone at that point. If it's a casual swear word, I don't really mind that, and they're just joking around, I don't care about that. But when it's profanity that's aimed in my direction, then it's like, you know what? I don't think this is going to work out. Have yourself a good one. Because I want to work with people that, again, want to speak with. It's just, I want to work with people that trust me, and at the same time, I want to be able to trust them and for them to be open with me. But I just don't like profanity, and that's just me. If you want to swear with people, that's absolutely your decision. Go out and do that. All right. So again, number one, easiest thing is, again, builds rapport, builds trust, and it really builds the bond between you and that human connection with someone else. All right. Number two, this one's awesome. All right. By taking phone calls, you're going to understand your market so much better. When you call them back, or you call them, they're going to tell you what their problems are. They're going to tell you their current life circumstances. They're going to tell you their life story. And you're going to understand, by doing this, you'll understand your buyer persona so much better than all the other people in your market who are afraid to have phone calls, who don't even have phone numbers on their websites. It's like the deadly sin of websites, in my opinion. But I learned this from this book I read. I'll pull it up at here, actually. It's by this guy, Tony Hsieh. So Tony Hsieh is the CEO of Zappos.com. And I think he sold it to Microsoft in 1998 for $265 million. One thing this dude would do is he would continue to take the phone calls with his customers and his clientele, because they would explain what they wanted, and then he would go and build that into his product and service. And this is what so many people overlook. Even one of my mentors, who's an e-commerce dude, who's done probably just under 9 figures in sales online. And I know he has one funnel that did $30 million in a few months, just selling physical products that led into a continuity program. But that's one thing he does. When he sees that people aren't buying, he'll call them and be like, hey, like, what's up? Like, why didn't you buy? And that is like just a pure thing. They're going to tell you what their problems are, and from there, people write your sales copy for you. People are always like, oh man, I need to be an awesome writer. I'm not very creative. And it's like, no, you just need to do a little bit of research, find out what they want on websites like Quora and Yahoo Answers and Reddit AMA and just YouTube and Google searches. But at the same time, speak with these people and ask them their circumstances. And then maybe that you'll hear a story and it's like, all right, you know what? Like, that's my sales video right there. Like, that's my sales letter, like this person. And even ask them, hey, can I interview you and share the story? Can I use this story? Can I use this in a testimonial? They'll be like, yeah, sure. So that's another thing. You're just going to have such a better understanding of your market. And again, maybe in some cases it's like, oh, your stuff's too expensive. Oh, I don't trust you. Oh, I need this. They give you the things that you need to add to your website to improve your conversion rate. All right. So number two, second reason you need a phone number for your business is, again, you're going to be able to understand your market better than all of your competitors. Reason number three, I have this uncle, and he's a boomer. I think he's in his 70s, and he has a credit card, but he won't buy online. He won't buy from Amazon, from eBay, any website. He will just not put his phone number online. In fact, someone told me this morning that they know a woman who's also a baby boomer who won't put their phone number online, won't put their credit card numbers online. Even though credit cards have chargeback protection, even though as a customer you are, dare I say, 100% safe. I'll go 99.999% safe, because there are those irregularities and those outliers that do happen, but you are so safe entering your credit card online. Debit card is different because there's not chargeback protection. With credit cards, though, that's why you're paying a fee. That's why the merchant is paying a fee, because there's protection. If someone randomly uses your card fraudulently, they just charge it back to the merchant. And it sucks for merchant accounts. That's a whole other thing I can cover another day, but some people just will not enter their credit cards online, even though they have all that protection. So give them the option to call you and just place the order over the phone. The process is going to be the same. You're still going to process their credit card, usually on some sort of checkout page on your site, If you have a Shopify store, for example, if they don't place it on your checkout page, you just place a draft order in your store and it's a done deal. Or if they're not comfortable, just be like, hey, you know what? Like we'll take it over the phone. I'll send you an invoice first of all, and I'll also, when I deliver it, give you a packing slip that confirms everything in there. It's a lot of people, again, I don't want to use the term old, but I'm going to probably have to here. A lot of older people don't want to enter their credit cards online because they just don't have that trust. They don't know technology. They don't trust technology. They're scared of doing that, but they want to talk to someone. They want to be able to call in and talk to a human being, ask them a couple of questions, get that trust and rapport, which again leads back to point number one, and then they'll feel comfortable placing the order. You're leaving money on the table if you don't have a phone number. Seriously, it's ridiculous how many businesses don't have a phone number. You can buy a Skype number for like $10, I think. For me, it's different. I live in Canada and we have different communications things here with Skype, and you need to buy it separately. But if you're in the United States, like, you need to get a phone number. All right, so again, that was reason number 3, very quick one, which is some people just won't buy online, specifically baby boomers. And reason number 4, you need a phone number. High ticket offers. All right, this goes back and is very similar to number 3. A lot of people, if you're selling a very high ticket offer, and all right, before we move into this, let's talk about high ticket for a second. It's been killed for the last 4 or 5 years. High ticket is really in the eye of the buyer. High ticket in some markets could mean $100. High tickets in other ones could mean $12 million. It depends on the market. It depends on the buyer persona. High ticket things is one of those things that I don't want to see beyond 2019, to be honest. It's just been killed. And I do follow Dan Locke, who is the king of high ticket closing, and I think his stuff is awesome and he can totally use that. That's fine. But when I see everyone else using it out there, I'm a high ticket coach, I'm a high ticket consultant, I close high ticket sales. It's been absolutely killed at this point. So when I say high ticket, I mean something that minimum, I would say $2,000 in any market is high ticket. For me, high ticket is probably 10 grand plus, in my personal opinion at this point. There's one thing I want to talk about too in the future about money, which is that money is the same at every single level. It's the same way poker is the same at every other level. When you sit down and you play poker, let's say you're playing $1, $2, no limit hold'em, right? It's the same, poker's the same game as if you play 1 million, 2 million, no limit Texas Hold'em. The game is exactly the same. The only thing that changes is your own personal perception of money. So when you're betting $10, let's say, as opposed to $10 million, psychologically, because of your belief of money, you're going to react betting that $10 million versus betting $10. It's like, $10, whatever. It's kind of like if Bill Gates were walking down the street and he found a stack of $10,000, he'd be like, oh, wow, $10,000. Like, I'll just donate this to a charity. But if the average person found $10,000, it would probably be life-changing to them. This is the way you need to perceive money, right? And again, that's why high-ticket sales, it really depends on who the buyer is in that situation, because your idea of high ticket is different from theirs. So don't project your own value of high ticket offers onto your customer. But again, a lot of people aren't going to want to buy those online. They're going to be like, I don't want to put in like a $10,000 order online. So that again is where you need to figure out your sales process. It might just be something where they have a call-in number. They speak with an operator right then and there. They speak with that operator. And then guess what happens? It's like, all right, cool, like we spoke together and sale is made. These aren't closers. In some cases you can probably get a closer, but you might want to just get a phone operator and that you can help them optimize the process. And again, they can speak with the customer, find out their needs. At first though, in your business, I would just have them call you so you can speak with your customer. Ask them the questions you want so you can understand them. And again, this goes back to all the other points I mentioned, right? Specifically number 2, which is by having that, you're going to understand them. And in some cases, it might just be like, oh, why didn't you buy this 10,000 thing online? Oh, well, I don't feel comfortable entering that. I'll do this over the phone for sure, but I want to make sure that this isn't some sketchy scam website. So close your high ticket offers over the phone, right? And again, when people are calling you and they're coming to you, like taking the order is super straightforward. And again, you can make them a one-time offer on the phone, same way you would with funnels, where it's like, hey, you know what? Like we have this opportunity just today, right now only, and you get if you buy this, you get this, or do you want this other thing for an additional price, or do you want a warranty? Do you want express shipping? Like what else do you want on top of this? Give your customer the option to buy and add more things to the cart, and that will increase your average order value, which is a huge thing that I talked about yesterday. And if you didn't listen to that episode, go back and listen to the episode yesterday where I talk about that very briefly. All right. So that was reason number 4, is that a lot of people won't buy high ticket offers, and it's a lot easier to sell those over the phone and have some sort of sales process in place. At first, it'll just be you, then you can hire operators, then you can do the high ticket closing script, which is you get a setter and then a closer. Even then, you can go back to things that very high ticket consultants do, which is basically they fill out an application, then there's a preliminary call, then there's a qualification call, and then they actually speak with the person who closes the deal. Those are usually a lot higher ticket items, and by that I mean like probably 50 grand plus in those cases. So again, it really depends on your market. It depends on your buyer persona. All right, reason number 5 is abandoned carts. I've talked about this previously, but so many people are just leaving money on the table with their abandoned carts. It's like, oh, I'm just going to hope and pray that the email or the messenger bot or that push notification that I have set up, I'm just going to pray that that's going to get the customer. The best way you can, or even if you have like SMS follow-up, that's fine, but best way to follow up is to be like, hey, what's up? This is Maddie Milligan from maddymilligan.com. I noticed you were on my website today and you didn't check out. I'm just calling right now to help you walk you through that order. All right, so do you have any questions about that? Oh, about that order? In some cases, I would probably just go, hey, you know what? I'm calling in and I'm going to help you with that order. And then just see what they say from there. Be like, oh, you know what? Like, I didn't buy from there. And then again, I'm going back to point number 2 where I'm getting information from my market. But a lot of people were like, oh, yeah, like, why, I'm curious, why didn't you buy? And ask them that question. And they'll be like, oh, well, I didn't buy because of this price. Or I didn't buy because I wanted to contact my friend to see if they wanted one as well because it was such a good deal. I wanted to shop around and see if there was other similar offers to the one that you have. I wanted to check the legitimacy. I wanted to check you out on social media. I want to check out your Facebook page, your LinkedIn, your Instagram. This is what people tell me all the time, by the way. So having that abandoned cart phone call after is going to be so much more effective because you don't know what people's inboxes look like. Some people are subscribed to so many different things. And if you're not getting their good email address, maybe it's their bogus email address that they're using just to kind of see what your offer looks like on the opt-in page, then having that phone number where someone can go to that checkout page, enter the phone number, and then again, if they don't check out, you call them back. You're going to learn more. These people are going to, again, write your follow-up emails for you because that way when you have the right email follow-up with the right subject and the right body copy in there, that's going to increase your abandoned cart. There'll always be people that don't buy, that visit checkout. That's inevitable and you can't avoid stuff like that, especially since conversion rates online are usually between 1 and 2%. But if you can have that phone number, you can easily bump it to 10% plus in terms of orders on your order form. Not the opt-in rate, that's usually a lot higher, but people actually ordering on your checkout page, that's where you could basically get people that visit your funnel, like 10% of them to buy, again, if you have those follow-up phone calls. And in some cases, you might discover those other things. People are going to tell you those same things. Because you know how I came up with this list? Because people tell me this on the phone. I'm like, why didn't you buy? Oh, because it was too expensive and I don't feel comfortable placing it. Okay, cool. Let's place it right now on the phone. Okay, done. They place the order. Oh, you know what? Like, I don't feel comfortable giving my credit card information on a random website. Okay, cool. Like, no worries. How about we place it right now? Okay, cool. I'll do that. Done. Oh, you know what? Like, I didn't buy for this specific reason. I didn't buy because I've seen this similar product or I bought something similar before and it didn't work. How is yours different from that? From there, people are going to tell me stuff. I can create my FAQ and then put that on my site or build that into my sales presentation or build that into the letter that I write or build that into my body copy, whatever that looks like. And again, why didn't you buy? Oh, you know what? Like, I didn't trust your random website. Like, I like to speak with someone first before I place the order. And again, I just wanted to make sure that you were a legitimate business. Again, those are all the other ones, but again, having that abandoned cart phone call is so key. Your market is going to tell you what they want. They're going to tell you why they didn't buy. And it's different in every single market. And again, this gives you a one-up on your competitors. Now, let me ask you, now that I've given you 5 logical reasons why you need a phone number, are you going to get a phone number today? Or are you going to think about this, putter around, and then wait on getting a phone number? I would recommend that you take action right away. Someone told me once that there's 2 kinds of people in the world. There are people that have all the information at their disposal. They have 99.999% of all the information, but for whatever reason, there's that 0.001% thing that's holding them back. But then there's the people who don't have all the information, but they see a good opportunity and they take action anyways. So I don't know what kind of person you are, but I know the kind of person that the information I just gave you is going to help. And that was the latter person. Hope you really enjoyed today's episode, and hopefully you will actually implement what I talked about and get a phone number for your website so you can start talking with your customers in your market, understand their needs, and help you develop better offers and better copy to actually sell your products and services. Ooh, I somehow held off on that sneeze. That's pretty crazy. I guess just once I started talking, my allergies went away. And that was all. I will see you. Actually, I forgot to ask you and tell you. If you did like this episode, I want you to consider subscribing. I also want you to consider going back and watching other episodes, maybe even starting from the very beginning to see how much better the content has improved. Wow, the underground marketing conspiracy has been in effect. Tomorrow is a big day. It's my birthday. I am turning 2 old tomorrow. And I will see you then on another episode of the underground. Wow, I almost screwed up the title. I will see you next time on another episode of the Underground Marketing Conspiracy. Have yourself a wonderful and fantastic day